Have you ever wondered why we are so drawn to dark stories? Sensational news or mysterious villains? Is there a part of our minds that secretly craves to explore what we fear or deny? In today's world, the media is not just a reflection of reality. It serves as a mirror that reveals the shadow within us. It has the power to evoke fear, manipulate thoughts, and even make us project our own insecurities onto others. But are we truly in control of the information we consume? Or is the media subtly shaping our perceptions without us realizing it? This journey will take you deep into the ways media exploits human emotions and fears, why we are so easily influenced by crowd psychology, and most importantly, how to maintain a balance between light and darkness within ourselves. Let's uncover the hidden truth behind the screen you watch every day. The shadow in media. In psychology, the concept of the shadow refers to a part of the human psyche where suppressed emotions, thoughts, and instincts reside. Every person has a shadow, whether they are aware of it or not. However, instead of confronting it, people often project their unwanted traits onto the outside world. Modern media acts as a massive mirror, reflecting not only the realities of society, but also the hidden aspects of human psychology. When we see stories about corruption, violence, or crime in the media, it is not merely an objective portrayal of reality. Often it is a way for society to push its own darkness onto an external target. People tend to avoid acknowledging the negative aspects of themselves. Rather than admitting that everyone is capable of wrongdoing, we project our fears, anger, and resentment onto others, sometimes onto a specific social group, an individual or a figure created by the media. This is how media becomes a powerful tool in shaping public perception, by providing villains for people to channel their own darkness onto. This projection does not only affect individuals, but also influences entire communities and societies. When a group of people is repeatedly associated with negative traits, they may face discrimination or unjust treatment. More dangerously, when media continually reinforces these images, it strengthens false beliefs, trapping people in a cycle of fear and prejudice. So how can we break free from this cycle? The first step is to recognize that what we see in the media is not just an objective reality, but also a reflection of how people project their inner selves onto the world. By understanding this, we can approach information with greater awareness, rather than allowing it to dictate our emotions and thoughts. Media and the manipulation of perception. Media is not merely a channel for delivering information. It also has the power to shape public perception in subtle ways. By selectively presenting certain content, emphasizing specific aspects of events, or using emotionally charged language, media can influence how people perceive the world around them. One of the most common strategies used in media is exploiting fear, prejudice, and negative emotions to capture attention. Sensational headlines, shocking images, and confrontational narratives are often prioritized because they provoke strong reactions from audiences. When people are constantly exposed to such messages, they become more susceptible to anxiety, paranoia, and even hostility toward the groups or individuals targeted by the media. A crucial psychological effect in this process is projection. Instead of confronting their own fears and darker impulses, people tend to project these negative emotions onto a particular group or social image. Media can amplify this effect by creating villains, whether individuals, minority groups, or supposed hostile forces, so that the public directs their frustrations toward an external scapegoat. Ultimately, media does not merely reflect reality. It can actively shape human perception. When consuming information, it is essential to recognize these manipulative tactics to avoid being drawn into a cycle of fear and prejudice perpetuated by the media. The role of darkness in popular culture. In popular culture, darkness is prominently portrayed through films, music, and other media. Villains, tragic stories, and themes of violence are not just elements of entertainment. They also serve as reflections of the darker aspects of human nature. These works explore the struggle between good and evil, light and shadow, allowing audiences to confront their fears and inner conflicts indirectly. People are naturally drawn to dark content because it mirrors the suppressed aspects of their psyche, Emotions such as anger, hatred, desire, or fear are often deemed unacceptable by society, yet they remain deeply ingrained in the subconscious. When exposed to stories of evil, corruption, or tragedy, audiences can vicariously experience and process these emotions without having to face them in real life. This provides a form of psychological release and helps them better understand both themselves and the complexities of human nature. Many films and television shows explore these themes, ranging from psychological thrillers to sci-fi and horror. Movies like The Dark Knight, featuring the character Joker, Breaking Bad, which follows Walter White's transformation, or Black Mirror, which delves into the dark side of technology, are prime examples. These works captivate audiences not only with intense storytelling, but also by provoking deep reflections on the fine line between good and evil, as well as the darkness that exists within everyone. Projection phenomenon and crowd psychology. When individuals fail to acknowledge their own darkness, they become more susceptible to collective opinions and crowd mentality. Instead of confronting their fears, insecurities, or negative emotions, they tend to project these onto others or specific groups. Within a crowd, individuals may lose their ability to think independently, act emotionally, and be easily influenced by dominant external narratives. Media can exploit this phenomenon to create trends or incite fear. Sensational images, dramatic headlines, and repetitive messaging can shape public perception, leading people to react in ways that benefit those controlling the information. When individuals are pushed into a state of fear and anxiety, they often seek a scapegoat or an entity to blame. Media can manipulate this instinct to steer public opinion in a specific direction. One of the clearest manifestations of crowd psychology is the spread of misinformation. Unverified but sensationalized, information often provokes strong emotional reactions, especially when it plays into existing fears and biases. When false information spreads widely, it can create panic, deepen social divisions, and even lead to extreme actions. This highlights how media's power extends beyond information delivery. It can trigger negative, emotional responses in communities, driving people to act based on crowd influence rather than independent reasoning. Towards awareness and balance. Recognizing and understanding one's own darkness is a crucial step in developing a more discerning perspective on the media. When individuals acknowledge their inner negative aspects, they are less likely to project their fears and biases onto others. This awareness helps them distinguish between objective information and content designed to manipulate emotions. Self-awareness plays a key role in fostering critical thinking and the ability to evaluate information with clarity. One of the most effective ways to avoid media manipulation is to approach information consciously. This involves verifying sources, understanding the motives behind the content, and not allowing emotions to dictate one's response to media. Instead of being swept up by sensational or negative news, individuals should actively seek multiple perspectives to form independent and well-rounded opinions, ultimately maintaining a balance between darkness and light within human psychology is essential. Darkness is not inherently negative. It is an integral part of psychological growth and self-awareness. When individuals learn to confront their fears, insecurities, and negative emotions, they can use those experiences for personal growth rather than allowing them to dictate their thoughts and actions. A well-balanced individual, one who harmonizes reason with emotion and acknowledges both light and shadow, will be less susceptible to media manipulation and more capable of engaging with the world in a thoughtful, informed manner. Thank you for watching.